What's up guys, Alvaro here. Welcome to the Bilingual Stock Market channel again. In this channel we talk about the stock market, but we do it in two different languages, English and Spanish. So if English is not your cup of tea, you can also watch this very same video narrated by me in Spanish. In this video we are going to be talking about one of the most interesting penny stocks out there. In this video we are going to be talking about IDEANOMICS, ticker symbol IDEX. And guys, listen, I usually neither trade penny stocks nor invest in penny stocks either, but in the case of IDEANOMICS, this is a company that is investing in artificial intelligence, fintech companies, and electric vehicle companies. And on top of that, we have a Chinese billionaire financing this company. So I want to go over, first of all, who is the Chinese billionaire that is financing this company, and I also want to go over the investment portfolio of this company, the balance sheet of this company, and the financials of IDEANOMICS. And of course, I will also be breaking down this stock from a technical standpoint. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, so here you can see IDEANOMICS website, and I'm gonna read for you here, okay? The mission of this company is to facilitate the adoption of commercial electric vehicles and support next generation financial services and fintech products. And down below, we can read that the headquarters of this company is in New York, here in the US, with offices in Beijing, Hangzhou, and Qingdao in China, and operations in the US, China, Ukraine, and Malaysia. But keep in mind guys, we're talking about a very small company as of now, with a market capitalization of $723 million. And as I said before, this company is basically investing in electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, and next generation financial services. But since this is such a small company, where is the money of IDEANOMICS coming from? Well, behind this company we find a Chinese billionaire, Mr. Bruno Wu. But who is Bruno Wu? Let's take a look at Wikipedia and let's find out. Okay guys, who is Bruno Wu? Let's read. Bruno Wu is a Chinese billionaire, entrepreneur, and the chairman of IDEANOMICS. Okay, when it comes to Bruno Wu's education, he studied at the University of Savoy in France, and in 1990, Wu earned a bachelor's degree in business management from Stockton College in Missouri, here in the United States. In 1993, a master's degree in international relations from Washington University in St. Louis, and in 2001, Wu earned a PhD from the School of International Relations and Public Affairs in China. Okay? When it comes to Bruno Wu's career, Wu was the chairman of Sun Media Group from 1999 until 2007 and a director of Shanda Group from 2006 until 2009. Wu was co-chairman of SINA from 2001 to 2002, and he was Chief Operating Officer for Asia Television from 1998 to 1999. So guys, we are not talking about here about a regular Joe, okay? We're talking about an executive with a high profile and a lot of experience, and according to the research that I made about Mr. Wu, his net worth, his personal net worth is $1 billion, which is not anything crazy. He's not Elon Musk, he's not Jeff Bezos, but he is a billionaire, okay? No doubt about it. And Bruno Wu is mainly an entertainment businessman in China, and he owns the rights of distribution to many American media stars like Disney, Paramount Pictures, NBC, Universal, and Fox. So mainly the fortune of Mr. Bruno Wu came from the entertainment business, but he has been running successful businesses since 1999. So here we have, for the most part, a positive reference for IDEANOMICS. And IDEANOMICS has 8 main investments in other companies. So IDEANOMICS, instead of being a company that performs a specific business model, instead, IDEANOMICS is a company that has a stake in 8 other companies that are developing, obviously, disruptive business models. So let's go ahead and take a deep dive into those 8 companies. And the first company in IDEANOMICS portfolio is the BOT, or Delaware Board of Trade. With this company, IDEANOMICS plans to offer fintech solutions and trading services. So let's read over here on their website, guys. Trading services, fully automated electronic platform to provide fast and efficient trading. And then we have issuer services. And this is very interesting, guys, because here it says that they will offer, or they are actually offering, comprehensive suite of fundraising options for small cap companies. And when we read fundraising options for small cap companies, we are talking about small cap companies that are dealing with disruptive technology, all right? So in the case of DBOT, IDEANOMICS has a majority stake, and this acquisition, according to the company, will enable IDEANOMICS to provide comprehensive global financial services for their current and their future financial products. So in my opinion, this is another plus for IDEANOMICS. And the second company in IDEANOMICS portfolio is Intelligenta. Intelligenta is a company that provides artificial intelligence services and solutions. The products of Intelligenta provide, and I'm gonna read here for you guys, services with deeper insights that improve decision making, risk management, client retention and growth, and other efficiencies that drive significant ROL. When we read ROL, that means return on investment. So in other words, Intelligenta is basically a company that provides an artificial intelligence software that helps companies to perform risk analysis, credit rating, pre-credit marketing, fraud monitoring in capital markets, financial analysis and risk assessment, and using artificial intelligence. And I ask you guys, do you think that a company that applies artificial intelligence for financial services would be a long-term investment? Please drop a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. And the third company in IDEANOMICS portfolio is Liquify. Okay, Liquify is a company that can or will be able to convert not liquid assets into digital tokens. And here we can read on their website. The company's primary focus is real estate. So if you have a real estate asset, which is a not liquid asset, okay, basically, you're going to be able to convert that not liquid asset into a digital token. And to be honest with you guys, this is the very first time that I hear something like this, and this sounds very intriguing to say the least. And what is a digital token? A digital token represents a specific amount of digital resources that you can own, assign to another person, or reopen later, just like Bitcoin. So Liquify sounds very interesting, to me at least. Then we have logistum. So let's read on IDEANOMICS website. Logistum improves efficiencies in industrial manufacturing and supply chains through its IoT, or Internet of Things, technology and data analytics capabilities. It is part of the new wave of smart technology used to enhance manufacturing processes. So, what is the Internet of Things, guys? Internet of Things is a system of interrelated computing devices and mechanical objects that have the ability to transfer data over a network without requiring human-to-human or human-to-computer interaction. By the way, IDEANOMICS has a 10% stake in this company, and listen to this. IDEANOMICS is planning to take logistum public in the near future. So here we have basically a tech company that provides a smart technology to improve manufacturing processes. Quite interesting as well. And the next company in IDEANOMICS portfolio is Solectrac, and I love this, guys, when I first saw it, and I'm going to read for you guys over here. Solectrac is the first North American company to offer 100% battery-powered all-electric tractors for agriculture and utility applications. Solectrac manufactures and distributes zero-emission tractors to provide an opportunity for tractor operators around the world to power their tractors from the utility grid or by using the sun, wind, and other clean renewable sources of energy. Love it. Solectrac tractors offer independence from the pollution, infrastructure, and price volatility associated with fossil fuels. And if we take a look at Solectrac website, take a look at this, guys. This company is based in California, and you can even reserve a tractor right now, And to the best of my knowledge, this is the only company in the United States that is manufacturing electric tractors like these ones that you can see over here. Let me show you. These are their tractors, okay? And I ask you guys, do you happen to know any other company, either here in the US or outside the United States, that is manufacturing electric farmer tractors? If so, please drop a comment down below and let me know. Next, we have Temius. Temius is a real estate company that handles real estate transactions with tech-driven services. So let's read over here. Real estate reimagined. Take control of the real estate closing process with powerful technology, convenient tools, and total transparency. Our seamless experience makes managing every step simple and stress-free. So in other words, guys, Temius is a company like Open House or Zillow through which you can either sell or buy your house online. And according to IDEANOMICS website, and I'm going to scroll down here for you guys, okay, these are the numbers of this company. 1 billion per month in closing transaction values, 195 years of combined industry experience among leadership, 4.75 out of 5 rating with 4,000 plus satisfied online reviewers and counting, and 380,000 closing, totaling 62 billion in transactions. So Temius seems to be a very well-established company in the real estate business, so in my opinion, this is another plus for IDEANOMICS. Okay guys, let's move on. Now we have Triletric, okay? And I'm going to read for you over here. Triletric is the first company to bring a true electric bike to Malaysia. Triletric provides a transportation option that is clean, safe, and affordable, with advanced technology, EV innovations, and minimal maintenance. Loved it. You guys already know the way that I think, right? And if we check on Triletric website directly, these are the way that their electric motorcycles look like. This company is right now selling these electric motorcycles in Malaysia, and if Triletric happens to be able to expand its operation outside Malaysia, we are talking about an addressable market of 650 million people in Asia alone. So in my opinion, here we have another plus for IDEANOMICS. And lastly, guys, oh gosh, what an extensive and large investment portfolio IDEANOMICS has. So lastly, Wave, okay? So let me read for you guys over here. Solving the battery problem. Does it sound familiar? Like solving the money problem? Okay. Battery range limitations pose a significant challenge for mass transit agencies and heavy-duty fleet operators transitioning to electric vehicles. Wave's high-power, hands-free, in-route charging system uses ruggedized pads embedded in the roadway. Vehicles are charged wirelessly during scheduled stops. Hands-free, fully automated with no moving parts. Wave charging enables operators to achieve driving ranges that match that of internal combustion engines, but with safety and reliability that surpass that of legacy plug-in and overhead charging systems. So I want to play a video for you guys that illustrates the way that this works. Okay, let me play it over here, okay? So take a look, okay? The vehicles, in this case a bus, stops over the paths, okay, that are on the way, and they are charged wirelessly, during scheduled stops. Take a look. And no battery is being replaced here, guys. Very, but very interesting, okay? And something that is worth pointing out about the investment portfolio of IDEANOMICS, guys, is that at least on IDEANOMICS website, there is no information available about the financials of any of these companies. So it is impossible to determine how the balance sheets of these companies look like. However, what we do have available is the balance sheet of IDEANOMICS. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Okay guys, now let's go ahead and take a look at IDEANOMICS balance sheet. And when it comes to analyzing the financials of any company, guys, the most two important things that I always look at are the cash and cash equivalents and the long-term debt. In the case of IDEANOMICS, I found something very intriguing. So according to IDEANOMICS balance sheet, they are a zero debt company. They don't have any long-term debt. And that is something that is very odd, okay, for any company out there, not to mention a new company like IDEANOMICS. So let's go ahead and take a look at the long-term debt of this company. So check this out, guys. Okay, for the last quarter of 2019, they had a $6.6 million debt, all right? Then for the first quarter of 2020, they had a $8.4 million debt, okay? But then for the second quarter of 2020 and the third quarter of 2020, their balance sheets reflect zero debt, okay? Which, as I said before, is something very unusual for most companies out there, not to mention a new company like IDEANOMICS. I even sent out an email to IDEANOMICS in order to, confirm this zero debt situation of IDEANOMICS, but so far they haven't replied back to me, okay? So if IDEANOMICS is effectively a free debt company, that would be a very compelling sign to start a long-term position with this company. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the cash and cash equivalents of this company, okay? So we have $36.38 million for the second quarter of 2020 and $27.6 million for the third quarter of 2020. And according to what I could research, IDEANOMICS only has 60 employees. So the current cash position of this company relative to its payroll is acceptable, not to mention that behind this company we have a Chinese billionaire financing IDEANOMICS, okay? And when it comes to the revenue of IDEANOMICS in the income statement, we find something pretty interesting, guys. Why? Because despite we're talking about a very little revenue as of now, IDEANOMICS has been able to increase its revenue consistently throughout the last months. So let's take a look, okay? For Q1 of 2020, the revenue of this company was terrible, only $380,000. But for Q2 of 2020, the revenue of IDEANOMICS increased up to $4.6 million, okay? And for the third quarter of 2020, the revenue of IDEANOMICS was $10.6 million. So that implies that throughout 2020, IDEANOMICS increased significantly its revenue, which is also a very good sign from, a long-term perspective. This is a very good sign to thinking about starting a long-term position in IDEANOMICS. Okay guys, so when it comes to IDEANOMICS financials, I really like two things. First, they don't seem to have any long-term debt, and secondly, they started to grow their revenue during several quarters in a row. And mind you guys, if we take a look at the operating income of IDEANOMICS, we can notice that IDEANOMICS is not a profitable company yet. Okay, so let's take a look at that, okay? For the first quarter of 2020, they lost $9.44 million, okay? Then for the second quarter of 2020, they lost more money. They lost $18.5 million. But for, Q3 of 2020, they lost $12 million, okay? So the money that IDEANOMICS is burning is clearly a red flag, okay? Unless you take into account that there is a Chinese billionaire financing this company. And if you guys do the math, okay, let's do some math together here. IDEANOMICS has $27 million in cash in their balance sheet, okay? But for the third quarter of 2020, they burned $12 million. So that's more than half their cash position in their balance sheet, okay? So This is a burning money versus available cash rate that would be very concerning for any company out there, unless of course you have a Chinese billionaire backing up the company. You guys know what I mean, okay? So in conclusion, guys, I have decided myself to start a long-term position in Ideanomics, and I am going to invest in a first stage only $1,000, okay, as of now. So my approach in regards to Ideanomics, and remember, I am not a financial advisor. If any of you wants to invest or trade Ideanomics, you must do your own research work and you must reach your own conclusions. Alright, so my approach here is investing in this company an amount of money that I am willing to lose. And why? Because even though I really like the disruptive technology perspective of this company, and despite the fact that I am absolutely sure that artificial intelligence and electrification are the future of the world, this company is still at a speculative stage, okay? And let's don't forget that Mr. Bruno Wu is Chinese, and that's a risk factor that you must also consider, okay? You know, like what happened to Jack Ma, the CEO of Alibaba, which made some negative comments about the Chinese government, and that immediately affected Alibaba's stock price in a very negative way. So I am starting a long-term position here, but only with an amount of money that I am willing to lose, okay? Now let's go ahead and take a look at the technicals of Ideanomics for any short-term trade. And when it comes to the technicals of IDEX in the short term, IDEX went bananas, guys, during the last two trading sessions of this week. It went from $2.36 a share on Thursday morning up to $3.89 a share the next morning. That was almost a 60% move to the upside. So you guys can do the math, 60% move to the upside. So if any of you had invested $1,000 in IDEX on Thursday morning, and if you had held those shares overnight, you would have ended up with a $600 profit overnight. Unbelievable, okay? So if any of you guys wants to trade IDEX in this upcoming week, we can see on the 5-minute chart that IDEX is finding some sort of support around $3 a share, okay? $3 a share would be a good enterprise for this stock, or even better, guys, if we check on the 4-hour chart, and if next week you notice that IDEX happens to visit any of the moving averages on the 4-hour chart, the 50 SMA line at around $2.39 a share, or $2.13 a share, that would be an even better price to start a short-term position on IDEX. I can also notice that the RSI of this stock is a bit high as of now, 67 points. So I'm going to wait for the RSI to cool off a bit before picking up the first shares for my long-term position. So next week, guys, $3 a share as a support, okay? In which case IDEX could be building up energy to climb up again up to the $4 a share, or if IDEX happens to visit the two moving averages, the 50 SMA line and the 180 SMA line on the 4-hour chart, that would be a very nice enterprise for this stock. Okay guys, in conclusion, I think that if everything plays out very well for Ideanomics, this could be a $100 stock 3 or 5 years out. And I ask you, do you think that Ideanomics can become the new NIO? Please drop a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. So guys, I am going to wrap it up here. If you found this video insightful, please hit the like button for me and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done it yet. Remember, this is a bilingual stock market channel, the only YouTube channel in which we talk about the stock market in 2 different languages, English and Spanish, but most importantly, the only YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses. It is for entrepreneurs just like you and me. I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.